when we say Narada, what generally occurs? Like, see, for example, when we say Ramana Maharishi, what hits us is silence, stillness, inquiry. When we say Adi Shankara, poet, philosopher, logician, Gurudev, dynamic, visionary, you understand? When we take some names, these are the qualities which come to our mind. When we say Narad Rishi, what comes to the mind? Huh? Bhakti, devotion. Okay. Troublemaker. Troublemaker. Narad is an extraordinary personality. Quite rare to find somebody like him. How he's portrayed through our television serial, that is not Narad. A pathetic looking, helpless person going around creating trouble to people. More like a comic character we have made, you know. Narad is a very, very dynamic person. Let's say there is a thug in your neighborhood, notorious thug. Suppose you are given an assignment to go transform him. How do you like that? Assignment given. Here is so-and-so, a very notorious thug. Go meet him. Your job is to transform him. Make him a noble person. How many of us even will attempt? There was a dacoit by name Ratnakar. People used to dread him. And he was a person who was merciless. Wayside travelers, he would kill them as he wants. Absolutely, I mean, you know, a dacoit who would loot, plunder, ruthless, absolutely ruthless, kill. That kind of a person, Narad takes on himself saying, I will go transform this person. They warn Narad, don't go that side. This guy is there in this kind of forest, in this woods. This Ratnakar lives there, don't even go. Narad doesn't do, he goes. And transforms him. One of the biggest dacoits of his time, he transformed him. Not just transformed him to a good person. He transformed him further than a good person. He transformed him to Valmiki, who has given Ramayana to us. Now, do you think this is easy? To go meet a dacoit, convince that person, what must be Narad's personality? Like Gurudev, when he went to Swami Shivanandaji, I'm sure most of you know, Gurudev had lots of questions. He was not even very eager to know. He was rather willing to debate more. With that kind of a mind to expose Swami Shivanandaji, he goes there. And Shivananji convinces him. What must be Swami Shivananji's personality to convince a person like Gurudev, and we all know Gurudev's dynamism, a person like him gets transformed. A man who did not believe in God, who wants to write against spirituality, sadhus, has become one of them to defend the faith. You see the transformation, not just transform someone to good, but transform them for much better work. This is one of the greatest contributions of Narad. He changed a dacoit and made the dacoit a poet for all times. Adi Kavi. And because of him, we remember Ram, the way in which Valmiki recorded Ramayana, the way in which Valmiki wrote history. The presentation is what has made us remember Ram till date. You see the transformation? Going out, meeting someone who is least interested, transforming that person and changing completely. Vedvyas. Vedvyas, Vyasa Vishala Buddhi. We call him a person with vast intellect. He has written Mahabharata. One lakh verses. Compiled Vedas. Has written books like Brahma Sutra, Adhyatma Ramayana. And that person was not finding fulfillment. After writing all that, there was something missing Vyasa could not find. He saw that there is something missing. I know it, but there is something lacking. And he was not very clear what it is. Narad said to Vyas, you write Bhagavatam. That which is missing, you will find it fulfilled. Now to Vyasa, something missing, Narad addressed. Now that is not ordinary. Because what kind of a personality is Vyasa? Narad reached out to Vyasa, gave him that vision by which Vyasa found fulfillment. So you see, one side, Narad could inspire a person like a dacoit and transform him. Another side, he could do something like this to Vedvyas, who's got a vast intellect. You see two extreme ends. One is a dacoit and another is a highly Shrotriya. You can see the two extreme ends Narad could inspire. Not many people can do that. Not only that, he could inspire Vyasa and he could inspire Prahlad and Dhruva. These are children. Now, you can inspire Vedvyas and also you can inspire a child. Look at the flexibility and adaptation what Narad Rishi had. He could reach out to a child, inspire the child. At the same time, the same person can inspire a person like Vyasa. These are extraordinary qualities. It's not easy for somebody to do that. And Narad Rishi did this. Narad, his dynamism we see more when it comes to Hiranyakashipu. Narad goes to Hiranyakashipu, to his palace, when Prahlad was still in his mother's womb. Hiranyakashipu's wife Kayadu in her womb. And before the child could manifest, he has instilled in him the samskara of remembering Lord Narayana, telling stories and chanting the mantras to Prahlad when he was still in his mother's womb. Imagine Hiranyakashipu's son was transformed before he could even manifest. Surgical strike. You understand? What a way to do this. Before a problem could come, he could transform. We need to change our perception of Narad Rishi. Was a contributor. The people Narad transformed, inspired, are not people of, like whom we can call as individuals. They are equal to a status of an institution. Please think. Valmiki is an institution. Ramayana is available till today. Vyasa is an institution. Bhakta Dhruva is an institution. We remember him even today. Child hero. The kind of people Narad inspired are people who have stood like an institution. In the recent times, if we need to compare, it is not possible to compare, but to get an idea, just to get an understanding how this is, we can understand Swami Shivanandaji. The kind of people Swami Shivanandaji inspired. Most of them have become institutes. Think. Gurudev, Chinmaya Mission. Vishnu Devanand, Yoga. Swami Satyanand, Bihar School of Yoga. Institutes, worldwide, international. Swami Shantanand, Temple of Fine Arts. Swami Chidanand, who took care of divine life. One sadhu created institutes. When we rightly write history, like how Vivekananda made a difference to the world by his address in Parliament of Religion, similarly there would be a chapter for Swami Shivanandaji. When we write on Hindu Renaissance, Shivanandaji has played a role by creating institutions. He inspired people who have become institutes. Look at the reach of every one of them. So Narad and Shivanandaji, if you see, they were not inspiring individual people. They inspired people who had become an institution. That is the kind of a personality Narad was.